Have you ever wondered why some charismatic leaders seem to shine bright but ultimately fizzle out? It's a surprising fact that up to 70% of leadership transitions fail within the first 18 months. That's a staggering number. Many of these leaders, who once dazzled their teams with charm, fall short when it comes to actual results. In a world that values charisma, many overlook the hidden dangers that come with it. Did you know that only 50% of employees trust their leaders? This lack of trust can be traced back to the charm offensive that charismatic leaders often employ. While their magnetic personalities attract followers, they can also create a dangerous illusion. In this video, we will dive deep into the reasons behind charismatic leaders' failures. We'll explore how charisma can sometimes mask incompetence and lead to blind loyalty among followers. Plus, we'll uncover how ego and short-lived enthusiasm can derail even the most promising leaders. Stay tuned as we discuss strategies for moving beyond charisma. We'll share insights on building authentic leadership that stands the test of time. Join us on this journey to discover why charisma alone isn't enough to lead effectively. Let's get started. Chapter 1. The illusion of charisma. Is charisma just smoke and mirrors? Many people think charisma is the key to effective leadership, but that's not always the case. Charismatic leaders can create an appealing image that draws people in, but this allure can often obscure their true abilities. Studies show that around 70% of employees leave their jobs due to a lack of trust in leadership. This is often because charisma can lead to misplaced trust. When we see a charismatic leader, we might feel an instant connection. It's easy to get swept up in their charm. However, this connection can be misleading. Think about it. Would you rather follow someone who inspires you or someone who has the skills to get the job done? In many cases, it's not the same person. One notable quote from leadership expert John C. Maxwell is, "People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care." This statement highlights that while charisma can capture attention, genuine concern and capability are what truly build loyalty. Charismatic leaders often excel at communication, yet this strength can become a weakness. They may speak beautifully, but their ideas might lack substance. When the charm fades and the true challenges emerge, the facade can crumble. It's crucial for leaders to balance charisma with real competence to avoid falling into this trap. Chapter 2. Charm over competence. What happens when charm trumps skill? Leaders who rely solely on their charisma often ignore the importance of competence. Research indicates that organizations led by skilled leaders are 30% more effective in achieving their goals compared to those led by charming figures without the skills. For example, look at some of the biggest corporate scandals in history. Charismatic CEOs like Elizabeth Holmes of Theranos dazzled investors with their charm but lacked the technical know-how to deliver on their promises. The result? A catastrophic downfall that affected countless employees and investors. In the workplace, it's essential to recognize that charisma can mask serious shortcomings. A study published in the Harvard Business Review found that employees often prefer a competent leader over a charismatic one, especially in high-pressure situations. When the chips are down, teams need leaders who can deliver results, not just smooth talk. It's important to ask tough questions when selecting a leader. Do they have a track record of success? Are they truly skilled in their field? Remember, charm might get you in the door, but competence keeps the door open. Chapter 3. The dangers of blind loyalty. Loyalty can be a double-edged sword, especially when it comes to charismatic leaders. These leaders often inspire strong allegiance, but this loyalty can lead to serious pitfalls. Research shows that teams led by charismatic leaders may be less likely to challenge poor decisions. This phenomenon is known as groupthink, where the desire for harmony suppresses dissent. Think about it. If everyone is enamored with their leader, who will speak up when things go wrong? In fact, a survey by Deloitte found that 94% of employees would stay at a company longer if it invested in their career development. However, if loyalty is blind, these opportunities may be overlooked. Charismatic leaders can unintentionally create an environment where their followers feel pressured to conform. This dynamic can lead to poor decision-making and missed opportunities for growth. A famous quote from Simon Sinek captures this idea: Leadership is not about being in charge. It is about taking care of those in your charge. To combat blind loyalty, leaders should actively encourage open dialogue. Creating a culture where feedback is valued can foster an environment of trust. Leaders should also seek diverse perspectives and empower their teams to voice concerns. By doing so, they can ensure that loyalty is grounded in respect and not fear. Don't forget to subscribe for more insights on effective leadership. Chapter 4. Ego. The downfall of the charming. When the spotlight shines too bright, it can blind even the best leaders. Charismatic leaders often face the danger of inflated egos. A study published in the Journal of Applied Psychology revealed that leaders with high levels of narcissism are less effective over time. They may charm their way into positions of power but struggle to maintain their success. One of the biggest issues with an inflated ego is the inability to accept feedback. A leader who thinks they know everything misses valuable insights from their team. In fact, research shows that organizations with leaders who welcome feedback are 27% more likely to succeed in achieving their goals. Let's take a look at some high-profile leaders who fell into this trap. Elizabeth Holmes, once hailed as a visionary, allowed her ego to overshadow her judgment. She ignored warnings from her team and continued to promote her flawed technology, leading to her company's downfall. A quote from Brené Brown rings true here. Daring leaders work to make sure people can be themselves and feel a sense of belonging. When a leader's ego dominates, it stifles the very environment that encourages openness and innovation. To avoid this pitfall, charismatic leaders should practice humility. They need to remember that no one person has all the answers. Seeking input from others can create a more balanced perspective and foster trust within the team. Chapter 5. The short-lived spark. Have you ever noticed how quickly excitement can fade? The spark of a charismatic leader can be thrilling, but it often doesn't last. A study from the American Psychological Association found that enthusiasm generated by charismatic leaders typically declines within a year. The issue lies in sustainability. Charismatic leaders may inspire action at first, but if they don't follow up with consistent effort, that enthusiasm wanes. Research shows that organizations with steady leadership are 50% more likely to have engaged employees. Consider the tech world. Companies like Yahoo once thrived under charismatic leaders, but when the excitement fizzled, so did their success. The truth is, charisma without substance can only carry a team so far. Another insightful quote by Jim Collins states, "Great vision without great people is irrelevant." This speaks volumes about the importance of maintaining momentum after the initial spark. Teams need ongoing support and direction to sustain their engagement. Leaders should focus on creating a long-term vision that extends beyond their personal charm. Setting clear goals and regularly checking in on progress can help maintain enthusiasm. By fostering a culture of continuous improvement, leaders can ensure that the spark becomes a lasting flame. Chapter 6. Beyond charisma. Cultivating authentic leadership. So, how do we move beyond charisma? Authentic leadership is about building real connections based on trust and integrity. Research shows that authentic leaders are 45% more effective in achieving high performance in their teams. One key strategy is to practice transparency. Being open about challenges and decisions fosters trust. When employees feel they can rely on their leaders, they are more likely to stay engaged and motivated. Another important aspect is emotional intelligence. A study in the Harvard Business Review found that leaders with high emotional intelligence had teams that were 20% more productive. Understanding team members' emotions and responding appropriately is crucial for effective leadership. Leaders can also focus on personal development. A quote from leadership guru Peter Drucker emphasizes this: "The most important thing in communication is hearing what isn't said." Listening to unspoken concerns can reveal underlying issues that need addressing. Additionally, seeking feedback regularly is vital. It shows team members that their opinions matter and that the leader is committed to growth. Creating opportunities for team members to voice their thoughts can foster a culture of collaboration. Finally, authentic leaders prioritize their team's well-being. When employees feel valued, they are more likely to remain loyal and engaged. Research from Gallup indicates that engaged teams are 21% more productive and have 41% lower absenteeism. Thank you for watching. If you found this content helpful, subscribe for more insights on authentic leadership and building effective teams.